What's going on YouTube? I'm excited to bring you this video today. I got a little something that's going to add some character to the food forest, but also be functional. If you're like me, when I'm working in the food forest, I might be like pruning a little bush and then move over to like moving some wood chips, a wheelbarrow or something, and I'll just drop that pruner down and forget where I put it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a mailbox in. This is going to be able to store some of my tools for scenarios like that. Also other scenarios where I'm planting seeds and we've got a windy day or something, I've got a bunch of packs. I'll be able to just throw the packs in the mailbox. That'll be able to hold them, keep them secure if it rains or something too. So, and also be able to leave some gloves and stuff in there. So when I'm working in the garden, I can just grab it from the mailbox, get the gloves, and keep working. So I'm gonna bring you guys along. Let's go. I decided to go out into the woods close to my house and just cut down some small oak trees and use those as posts. I didn't want to use any pressure treated if I didn't have to. So I'm just cutting them down now. I've used oak posts before for when I built the grape arbor and it's worked real well, so I'm going to do it again. Just taking this small tree down. And these trees are so small, they're not getting enough light or anything anyway, so clean up the forest a little bit, I guess, along the way. I didn't want to bring my chainsaw out here, so I just used a little handsaw. Alright, I think this post should be good. I'm not worried about burying it really deep. It's pretty heavy and it's not going to be bearing a lot of weight or anything. It's just going to be the mailbox, so I'm figuring about 17 inches or so I'll put it in the ground. That'll put me the bottom right there, put me at good height to just reach my hand in, but also to kind of be able to see in. This way I don't have to like kneel down to see what's in there. So I think that'll be about good. And maybe I'll just do it 16 inches if I want it a little higher and just see how strong it is. Alright, this is the mailbox I got. It was only like $20 with tax. You could get a recycled one, but I was looking for one, I just couldn't find one and I wanted to get it in so I could start using it. Medium size. I was just thinking for a minute, trying to decide where to put the mailbox, where the best place would be. I decided right over here, where I come in by the entrance, right by these echinaceas, right where it is there. I think that's going to be good. I'm not going to dig it in too deep or anything, so if I ever want, I could move it or something, but I think this will work out good. Tuck looks like he's got a scent for something. I like this spot here. I'm just pulling back the wood chips now. Make sure I get down to the dirt. I'm really focused on not mixing any of the dirt with the wood chips. I really don't want to do that. That's one of the main reasons I'm going to use this tarp here. And I talk about it again. Just going to lay it out next to the hole. Use a post hole digger. It makes it such an easy job. Go straight down. Now I'm just going to measure, and it looks like it's about 18 inches, which is good. The reason I put that tarp down is so I don't get the sand mixed with the wood chips. You really don't want that to happen. And now I can just put the post in and just pull the tarp over and just brush it in around it. And then I'm just going to pat it down. It's a heavy post and it's pretty deep, so I'm not worried about concrete or anything. I might move this in the future. Alright, so next, I need to put a piece of wood under here so I can attach this to the oak post. So I'm going to use a deck board. I had this just extra laying around. And it is an inch thick, and the depth is about an inch thick for this too. So that fits good, and the length is just about perfect. There's just a little gap here, so I'm just gonna put it in the middle, and I'll just use a little longer screws and it'll be okay. I'll make sure to pre-drill so I don't split the wood too. Okay, so this is what it's gonna kind of look like, and I'm gonna pre-drill, but instead of fighting against it and having it move around while I'm pre-drilling, I just cut some little pieces for spacers. I'm gonna put that in there. Cut some more for this side over here. It's gonna lock in like that. This way it's not swimming around on me and I'm not fighting against it. Now we'll just pre-drill these front and back, and I think that'll be good. So I wanted to do a little mock run of how it was gonna sit. Pre-drilling everything on the table like this. I thought it would be a lot easier. And then I could just unscrew everything and then put it back together when I was ready. For this angled piece, I basically just cut a really sharp angle, just eyeballed it, and then brought it up to the post and just tried to eyeball it so it was as level as possible. And then once I found a spot I was happy with, just marked that. Then I decided to use the chainsaw to give me a nice accurate cut. Made it a lot easier too. Now I'm going to start backfilling the hole While I'm doing that, I'm gonna take the level, going around, just to make sure that the post is all plumb. Now I'm just gonna use a little bit of water. This is just gonna help me be able to compact the sand down, because that's all it is, sand. Now I'm just gonna backfill. Well, the level was pretty pointless to use because it's not straight. I couldn't get anywhere straight, so I just did it by eye, but I think it looks good. Came out really good. It's really strong. I don't think we're gonna have any problems. It's not gonna be bearing any weight or anything. So this is what the idea, it's gonna look like this. Then we're gonna have the, this piece is gonna go here, and then the mailbox is gonna sit flush on top there. Okay, now that I've got it how I want it, I'm gonna take this board back off here so I can just screw it down to the post and to the other post. Then I'll put it back on from the sides. I originally just put it on so I knew where I could pre-drill it and everything. This way I didn't have to work on the side. I could just work a lot easier on a tabletop. So here's what it's gonna look like. Pretty happy with it, but it was sitting a little angled, so I just put a couple shims underneath before I screwed it down with one deck screw. Made sure it was a deck screw so it's not gonna rust or anything. That's pretty strong. And then I did the same thing for the angle piece. Just a shorter deck screw so it didn't go through at the bottom. Then just pre-drilled the bottom of the arch to attach it to the main post. Pre-drill is important so I don't get any splitting or anything. And then a 2.5 inch deck screw. Strengthen it. And that was it. I think it looks pretty good. The side profile is nice. All right, now I'm just gonna reattach the mailbox, and I already have it all pre-drilled and everything. And I know where all the screws are gonna go. Here's what it looks like all done. I'm happy with the way it came out. I think it looks pretty cool. It blends well, I think. I feel like it's always been in here almost. And I'm getting use out of it already. Got some water in there, keeping the water cold. Some gloves, my pruner's in there. About to do a little work in the garden. Not bad. I had a lot of fun doing this project in this video, guys. If you enjoyed it, share it with your friends. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. See you in the next one. This video was a little different than usual. If you guys like these kind of videos, leave a comment and I'll keep making more of them.